Well, folks, it's happened. We're making our first video. So the idea behind this first video is to just give you a bit of background and to tell you what's been happening. People have been waiting for us to set out our videos. For those who are eagle-eyed, you'll notice that we've changed the name of this channel from Stan and Jackie's Adventures to Stan and Jackie's Vanlife Adventures. As you're aware, for those waiting for the videos, we've bought ourselves a Peugeot panel van. And it's actually the so-called L2H1, which is a slightly longer one with a lower roof. We went for the low roof because we still want to be able to fit into normal places where it's low enough. And some of the bigger vans, where the minute you go higher, you require special licenses, you've got speed limits that are different, etc. So we wanted to stay away from that for now.
Yes, so why we actually got a bus is because we travel so much. We decided to have we needed an office where we could actually finish our reports, where we are done with our investigations, and also we needed a place to actually sleep. So what we found is accommodation it gets expensive when you have to sit and you have to wait for this, or wait for a recovery, or wait for documents, or wait for the police. So it starts getting expensive when you have to stay nights after night after night. So if you stay in camping sites, it actually works out cheaper. And also we can have a little bit of an adventure while we're actually sitting waiting. And when we actually finish our work, we can actually then come home. So there's no rush also to get home, because we normally have to rush to get home to finish the report. So now we don't. Now we can actually stay on the bus, sleep in the bus, and in addition,
yes, and in addition to that, the issue is travel. So we get called far away. We go all the way to Cape Town, Polokwane, Durban, sometimes from Cape Town to the Eastern Cape and then to Durban or whatever. And we'll find that while it's possible to travel from Johannesburg to Cape Town in the day, we've done it. Even from Port Elizabeth to Joburg, it's a 12-hour trip. And if there's any roadworks and that, you get delayed by an hour or two, it becomes 14, 16, 18 hours. So then the question is, do we drive until 10 o'clock at night, find a place, pay over 1,000 Rand for a night, sleep over, and just shower and leave the next day? Is it worth 1,000 Rand? No, to me it isn't. Even if clients are paying, it's still not worth it to me. So what the idea is that when we travel, if we've got to just rest on the way, we can stop at a petrol station and we can simply plug into a shore power. And most of the engines have these things now. Or you can pick a nice camping spot and turn it into a mini adventure. While it's ideal to go towards a case at a bit of a pace to rush to get there because you're following up and you're getting evidence. The fact is that often we waste another 2 days just returning home, or you finish at 3 in the afternoon. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pay another night's accommodation. If we're in a car rental, yes, another day of rental. Then the next day you could get up at 3, 4 in the morning and you drive, and then even if you get tired or delayed, you sleep over another night. Then you get home and then you're kind of tired, you want to recover. And so at the end of the day, it just doesn't make sense. So by working in the bus, turning it into a mini office, we're in a better position to finish up our work. If we have all the evidence we need, we can do the report, send it. Then we can drive home over 2 or 3 days and turn it into a mini holiday.
And also with rushing home, you miss all the things that you want to see. Like if you want to stay over or you want to see a little town, you say, no, let's not go there.
Yeah, we've had that.
We had that a couple of times.
We said, do you want to stop here? No, let's get home. Let's get home.
Yeah.
We always want to get home.
So we try not to do this rush anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good thing in a way.
But as an example, I've done 75,000 kilometers in 6 months where I'm the driver when I did software support. And that was just, it's possible, but it's just, you kind of miss life.
Yes, you do.
So anyway, we got the bus. It was a bit of a delay getting it onto my name because the guy that sold it to me, he also had a dealership trying to sell it. There was a bit of complication with regards to whose name it must be in, and it eventually went back to this guy's name and came onto my name. That was sorted out. It had to go through roadworthiness. That was done. And then we started the first day we got the bus. The day we went to test drive it, they said the battery needs replacing. We got the bus home. I immediately put it on a charger thinking that the battery needs replacing. But it looks like they actually replaced the battery too. So that was sorted out. And then for the build to start, we just wanted to attend to the issues with the vehicle first. It is second-hand, it's used. So the big issue was the doors were not well looked after. They were kind of loose and rattly and wobbly. And it was a terrible case. In fact, I'm going to insert a little before and after video here for the sound. and I used my cell phone to record in both instances so you can hear the difference. I first filmed with the cell phone when I was driving on my own in the bus with the original condition, and then we sent it in. Some of the slider was loose, the hinges were basically bent, and some of the hinges, the latch plates were loose. We had to replace locks to make it lock, etc. And then at the end of it, luckily, all that was pretty much sorted out. And then we started now by first installing the soundproofing. It's just heavy rubber type material that you stick to the larger panels to reduce the amount of panel vibration, or whatever you want to call it. And now the big build will start. We have gone buying a lot of stuff. It was quite an adventure, because even while the bus was being worked on and put through roadworthy and everything, we wanted to get a head start. So we started buying things like wood. We got the radio to install.
We got a lot of specials.
Yeah, specials. We bought specials. Yes, there were specials running. I've got a new radio for it, like a kind of a double-din radio. We've got cameras we would install in the bus, batteries, inverter, solar panel. Yeah. The flooring is going to be done next. So that's where we are.
But what's nice is we actually found a place called Professional Parts. They actually sourced all these parts for us that we needed.
Yeah.
Because if you buy it from a dealership, most parts, they're actually expensive if you have to buy the brand. Like go to Peugeot and you buy it.
And then even if they're not expensive, they typically tell you, look, that part will cost you 9,000 Rand. There's a 90-day lead time. I got into Professional Parts. The part that I was told would be, I think it was 8,500 Rand odd. That would take 90 days. I got by the next afternoon for 3,500. Yeah. So for anybody working on Fiat, Fiat Ducato, the Boxer, Peugeot Boxer, and the Rams aren't really available in South Africa, but any of the similar clone vehicles, if you have those vehicles and you need parts, even Delta parts, Volkswagen parts, Jeep, Chrysler, Professional Parts, we'll mention them in the link. We'll put a link to the website in the description below, so you can check them out.
Very professional.
Yes, the guys who did the work on the locks and stuff on the bus was Matavale, which is a body shop in the Bryanston area again. There were some delays because obviously when they started working, they contact me and say, Stan, we thought we could fix it, but the hinge is not, it's totally loose. We need to replace it. Then I'd get the part from Professional Parts, and often we just drove through there in Pretoria, fetched it, dropped it off. They finished the bus. They polished this for us as well. Wonderful service. I can't say that I have any reason to complain. So those are the two companies, and we'll do it throughout. If we buy from anybody and we find that the things we're looking for is really worth it, we'll make a point out of mentioning it. Then as we travel, we'll specifically look for and find pet-friendly facilities, pet-friendly hotels, pet-friendly guest houses, pet-friendly camping spots, pet-friendly restaurants. We want to make a thing out of that because a lot of what we do goes towards making the trip worth it. So we take Venus with us. She goes around for the long trips. And then also Jackie's got a website. Maybe you'll just tell them a bit about your stuff with the candles.
Yeah, so I actually make candles and I make soaps and that. And with my agreement with Woodrock, it's a animal shelter. They house any. If you got a horse, if you got a donkey, a dog, cat, they will actually house these animals, and they've got this policy where they don't put animals down. If they've got an old dog, they will find a home for that old dog. So I support them very much. So every candle that I sell, I give them 10 Rand as a donation to the
so that's kind of our thing. So
that's our thing,
so every candle, every fragrance, every car smell thing Jackie sells, or every soap bar, 10 Rand goes to Woodrock.
Yeah, I do have a store, a physical store.
We'll put the link in the description
in the description in Port Elizabeth, Gradebe, by vendors on Cape. Go buy a candle. It's a donation. Support it. And
so then another way in which you can support us, we want to find more ways to try and send some support to Woodrock specifically, is we've got a thing now called Buy Me a Coffee. It's essentially an online platform. We'll put a link in the description again. If you feel like the content we create or the content we have created is going to help you in any way, or you feel like you want to support what we do, go there, buy us a coffee. You can choose an amount, make a little donation. We'll take that money, we'll convert it again, and we'll transfer some of that money immediately on to Woodrock. In fact, I might even go as far as bloody transferring all of it to Woodrock, because it's not like we try to make this channel to earn money. We earn money from the jobs we are appointed in, but since we are filming anyway, since people are going to be following and learning from us anyway, and since Woodrock needs help anyway, we'll just do this. And then just to give you an idea of the content you can expect, it's not going to be a purely van life video. It's not a permanent van life idea. It's going to be an adventure video, but we'll also
maybe next year.
maybe next year or later on. We might. Jackie's keen on this idea of upgrading to permanent van life.
Convincing him to do it, but yes.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's no rush. We're not trying to become homeless people living in a bus. But what we also want to do is I want to share advice and information. We're going to discuss cases as we travel. We'll obviously explain that we're going for this case, explain the broad merits. Obviously, I can't discuss case specifics because most of the cases we appointed in are cases that are subject to trials or disputes. So obviously, I won't mention names or show brands and stuff, but it gives you a good idea of the work we do. We'll look at road safety issues. If we see anything important along the road, we're going to make some videos out of it and integrate it. So you'll see some van life type stuff, some puppy dog pet stuff, some adventure stuff, and some educational stuff, and then some topical stuff as things happen and as they unfold. Ultimately, we'd like to see an upgrade into a 4x4 vehicle. So if we have major disasters such as the snow we've just had and everything's under snow, we might intentionally travel to the areas to share the experience from there, to provide some assistance to people stuck there, etc.
So today we actually did the soundproofing, so that we've done. So we should, by this week, we should start with doing the flooring and doing all the strapping and
the batting.
The batting, it's called batting.
Batting,
the batting. We'll do the batting.
The framing, the wood framing for the walls to go onto.
We'll start doing that. And then we can actually see how we're going to fit everything in.
Yeah, and you'll be part of that experience, because what we want to do is from this point forward, we're going to actually shoot videos during the time when we're doing it so that you can get an idea. We didn't want to make a video telling you what we're going to do. We want to make videos telling you what we are doing. We don't want to tell you where we are going. We want to tell you that we are going. We're not going to tell you or where we want to stay. We want to show you where we did stay. So this is what it's all about. So if you want to follow us, go to the bottom of the video, subscribe, click the little bell icon. It will notify you of it. Yep. And then you'll get a notification when videos are out. It helps us to create more awareness. It helps people who might not be aware. And more importantly, it helps people find us when they search for van life and stuff like that. So that's our first video. We don't want to overstay it too much. We don't want to make the videos an hour long either. We'll see as time goes on what the format will be, but we don't want to be so rigid that we are forced to fit into a box, that we have to edit extensively so that we can share the video. I don't want to film for 6 hours, edit for 2 weeks, and then put out a video at the end of the day trying to show off our filming skills. It's not about the filming skills, it's about the adventure. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.